ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। नमस्ते शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोहाग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। हरि ओम। We were studying about Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. We saw Samadhi Abhyasa, Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana. And we also saw Nirvikalpa Samadhi is also a Samadhi, but beyond that is, as great masters have said, Sahaja Avastha, or the Jnana is produced, that Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam takes place. So, how it is possible? Only when all the vrittis Nirodhalabhe Pumsaha Antarasangam Vastu Shishyate. When all the mental vrittis have stopped, then the truth is revealed. So it says, Punaha Punaha, I am referring 127th verse. Punaha Punaha Vasite Asmin Vakya Jayeta Tattvadhihi. So again and again contemplating, ceaselessly contemplating on that Mahavakyas, Aham Brahmasmi, this knowledge is produced. This Jnanam is produced, that is, Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam is generated, created. Meaning, in the sense, it is already there, it is revealed. So, then what? Nirvikara Asanga Nitya Swaprakasha Ekapurnataha Buddhau Jhatiti Shastrokta Arohanti Avivadataha. Doubtless knowledge is revealed. So, perfect realization of this immutable, changeless, Nishkriya Brahma Vastu is there, Nitya Vastu, eternal Vastu, that is revealed, as indicated in the scriptures. So, in other Upanishads also spoke about it. Yoga Bhyasaha Stu Etadartho Etadarte Amruta Bindvadishu Srutaha Evamcha Drushtadvarapi Hetutvad Anyato Varam. So, many other Upanishads also spoke about it. Amruta Bindu Upanishad. What is that? Meditation, continuous meditation on the changeless or attributeless Brahman. That is superior to all other kinds of worship. Ultimately, Nirguna Brahma Upasana is superior, and ultimately that will lead to Jnanam. Mahavakya Vichara, through Mahavakya Vichara, the Upasana leads us to Mahavakya Vichara. Mahavakya Vichara gives us that supreme knowledge. Up to here we saw. So, same thing is continued, same thought is continued. Today we should start from 130th verse. What is that? Upeksha tirtha yatram japadineva kurvatam pindam samutsrujjakaram ledhi tinyaya apatet. Now, Vijayamuni says here, very good. Upeksha tirtha yatram. He says, give up all kinds of sadhanas. Enough. We have done enough tirtha yatras, enough karma kandas, enough japa, he says. He says, in all sadhana also, see, sadhanas are necessary. Puja, then pilgrimage, they're all necessary up to some extent, not for all the time, not for permanently. They all come under what? Dvaita sadhanas. Dvaita sadhana. There, the Paramatma and Jivatma, the me and Paramatma is different from me. And this kind of thoughts are generated in us, in all these sadhanas. So he says, after listening to scriptures from a teacher, so we should not engage. So Vijayamuni says, Upeksha Tirthayatram Japadineva Kurvatam. So one who has totally given up this meditation or Nirguna Brahma Upasana and constantly reveling in Dvaita sadhanas is not going to do any good. So after exposing ourselves to teachers' Upadesha about Brahma Vidya, so there are many advanced seekers of truth. They are always engaged in Atma Chintan. At some stage, this puja, part karna, puja karna, pilgrimage, all these things may be essential. But it very clearly says, those people who are keeping themselves engaged in these activities such as pilgrimage, japa, etc., they are all totally indifferent to attributeless upasana on attributeless Brahman, Nirguna Brahma upasana. How are they like that? They are compared to what? The हाथ में जो sweet मिठाई है, Shankaracharya ji gives a very beautiful thing. One beautiful sweet is there in the hand, and the sweet, it is the sugar juice, sugary sweet. The juice is trickling down the hand, and this fellow wanted to lick that and drop the entire sweet. So here he says again, the sweet is dropped and licking only the hand. By whom? By all those people who are engaged in Dvaita sadhanas. Karam ledhiti nyaya. That karam ledhiti nyaya is samutsrujya, pindam samutsrujya. Pindam means the whole, giving up the entire sweet, having given up. We are only licking. The droplets that are there still trickling, still in the hand, in the palm. I am only licking all that. Lost the sweet. Sweet of the original sweet of Nirguna Brahma, Anubhav, I am Brahma, Aham Brahma Asmi, that is given up. So here, Vijayamuni says, having come to a level of understanding the Upanishads, and then teacher taught us Mahavakyas, and we have done enough sadhana, and mind has become, suppose, very calm and quiet and able to reflect. We have become adhikari for higher sadhanas. So then Bhagavan, Vijayamuni says, then having reached that state, don't go back to Dvaita sadhanas. Meditate on you, who am I, like Ramana Maharshi says. Contemplate and then realize the truth. This is what Vijayamuni is advising us. Otherwise, it is like dropping the sweet and licking the hand only. Very beautiful. And then a doubt is asked. Upasakānāmapyevam vichāratyāgato yadi bādham tasmāt vichārasya asambhave yoga īritaha. He says, student is asking, another important question is asked by the student. Right? Karma yoga and Saguna Upasana, right? He says, Karma yoga, Saguna Upasanas are compared to that like sticking part of the sweet. Some sweet is there, the sweet is dropped. The only that whatever licking, whatever the something is the remnants of sweet are sticking to the part of the hand. And therefore, he says, in the hand, it is like Saguna Upasana, and also Karma Yoga is like that, which is sticking to the hand. So, it is inferior and it gives us only limited, very limited benefit. Okay. Who said this is the thing? Now, the student is asking that, sir, if that is the case, compared to Nirguna Brahma Upasana, you are telling that Shravana and Karma Yoga, that is Dvaita Sadhanas, are like remnants of the sweet in the hand, having dropped the sweet. It is like licking. But I want to tell you, because we have been discussing, the student says, we have been discussing that Nirguna Brahma Upasana will not directly give knowledge, right? It may lead us to Samadhi, but Jnanam is what Shravana Matrena Mahavakya Vicharat Eva Jnanam Sambhavati. That is a Vedic declaration. That only by contemplating on the Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi, that is the medicine, that is the mantra. So by contemplating on Mahavakya Vichara, alone the truth is revealed, is it not? So that Mahavakya Vichara, how is it possible? How you do it? Through Shravana. Through Shravana. Meaning what? When an awakened student, purified, extraordinarily purified student goes to a teacher and he listens to the scriptures, because of his extraordinarily purified antakarana, as the teacher is talking, he is able to reflect and live what the teacher is indicating, and he is transported to that awakening takes place as Aham Brahmasmi, Jnanam takes place. This we saw in Upanishads also, in also some stories in the Puranas, that once the Upadesa was given, he is attained to the truth. So Purvapakshi says, so compared to Nirguna Brahma Upasana, compared to Shravana, because Shravana is superior, Mahavakya Vichara, Shravana Mahavakya Vichara is superior to Nirguna Brahma Upasana. So therefore, Nirguna Brahma Upasana does not give Jnana. So Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is inferior. So when you compare it to Shravana, that is Mahavakya Vichara, Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is inferior. So then when compared to that word, Shravana becomes the major sweet. Mahavakya Vichara is a sweet. Nirguna Brahma Upasana is only like a licking portion of it. Compared to Nirguna Brahma Upasana, Karma Yoga and Saguna Upasana are inferior. You compared Nirguna Brahma Upasana is like a modaka, and that is the main sweet, major portion of the sweet, and other two sadhanas are licking the remnants of what is sticking to your hand. That's what we say. But Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is inferior to Mahavakya Vichara, because what we were discussing, Nirguna Brahma Upasana will eventually lead us to Mahavakya Vichara. Through Mahavakya Vichara, the truth is revealed. Ultimately, what is that knowledge has to be awakened is what Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. This has to be awakened. How is it possible? By contemplating on this only, that Aham Brahmasmi. Full stop. But to do this Aham Brahmasmi, that awakening should take place, lot of preliminary sadhanas are required over many lives, such as many pujas, karma yoga, attitudinal changes in vyavahara, Suppose if we are still caught up in comparing, jealousies, hatred, and all those things, then we cannot do even properly Karma Yoga also. Karma Yoga also we cannot do, because Karma Yoga means what? At least we should not be prompted by all these durgunas, the comparison, hatred, anger, etc. I mean, these are the mainly jealousies, hatred, comparison. So when all these things, Bahadrushti is there, Karma Yoga also cannot be practiced. So, okay, through Karma Yoga, when I started, even these things, Durgunas also are there, some negative qualities. Slowly they will diminish, and Karma Yoga perfection is attained. Then I'm promoted to Saguna Brahma Upasana. So when Saguna Brahma Upasana also, the small remnants of these Durgunas may be there. So, but then practicing Saguna Brahma Upasana by understanding, by surrendering myself into teacher, to the completed to the God, to the Ishvara, then slowly these negative qualities will go down. Then I had to still further purify. Then I promoted to Nirguna Brahma Upasana. In Nirguna Brahma Upasana, Aham Brahmasmi, Omkara Sadhana is done. And then suppose a man who is still caught up in Vyavahara, like jealousies, comparison, hatred, disturbances, frustrations, etc. How can he contemplate on that Supreme Brahman? Upasana he can do, he cannot do. So Nirguna Brahmopasana के भी ऊपर क्या है? Sravana, meaning what? Sravana Mahavakya Vichara. So this becomes extremely, they make my intellect and antakarana extremely pure, extremely subtle. With that extremely subtle and extremely purified, completely purified antakarana, who has, because of Upasana, has got tremendous focus and tremendous concentration. So mind has become, no chitta vrittis are there. And that condition, if I start thinking that what is the nature of Brahman, what is the nature of the Atman, and then when I contemplate, by listening to the Mahavakyas again, or studying, reflecting, then what happens? The truth is revealed. So this is a procedure. So therefore, student says, Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is similar to any kind of Upasana which cannot give you full knowledge. Jnanam is not created, given there by Nirguna Brahma Upasana also. Therefore, it is inferior to Shravana. So one who is practicing Nirguna Brahma Upasana eventually has to come to this kind of thought. That's what it says here. Upasakanam api evam vicharayati. Evam, in this way, yadi. So vicharatyagataha. Vicharatyagataha. So therefore, if one says that the description is also applicable. This kind of description, the previous description, comparison. That Karma Yoga, Saguna Brahma Upasana inferior to Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Nirguna Brahma Upasana is like a sweet. Other two are licking the remnants of the sweet. In this comparable, applicable, this is also applicable to those people who are meditating on Nirguna Brahma, because they are also not inquiring into the deep, the nature of the self, those who are engaged in Nirguna Brahma Upasana also. There's a doubt. Vijayanan says, yes, it is true. Badham. Badham. Badham means what? It is true. You are right. Badham. Badham. Tasmat vicharasya. Vicharasya. Asambhave yoga iritaha. Therefore, Vijayanan says, therefore, for those people who are not able to inquire into the nature of self, vicharasya asambhave, tasmad vicharasya asambhave. Therefore, those who are not able to inquire, those who are not promoted or not reached the state or to inquire into the nature of Atman or Brahman, for them, Upasana is advised. So how is this now? So what is the procedure now? Procedure is this. After we purified through Karma Yoga and Saguna Brahma Upasana, we are qualified. That some things will happen simultaneously also. We are now, listen, we have exposed somewhere in our journey, we heard from the teacher that Tattvamasi, Mahavakyas, Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma. These Mahavakyas we have heard in our journey. But they don't create any effect on us. Right? And after listening again 20 times, 30 times from teacher again, and purifying also simultaneously, then there is a meaning, the slowly understanding of this Mahavakya slowly getting clearer and clearer. There's some kind of awakening takes place in Buddhi, in understanding, grasping the idea. Then what happens because of this understanding? Then they are qualified to do Nirguna Brahma Upasana. So they do Upasana. For what? For what? To realize what they have heard from the teacher. So Upasana will make us further purified. Then after certain purification, when we listen to the teacher, immediately the Jnanam is created. So first Shravana is done. Some in the course of journey, we hear those mantras. We don't have any meaning of it. Nothing is created. Nothing is generated. Jnanam is not generated, means Jnanam is already there. It is not awakened in us. So Nirguna Brahma Upasana then practiced. And Nirguna Brahma Upasana ke dwara kya hota hai? All the obstacles are removed. When all obstacles are removed, when I again go back to Mahavakya Vichara, the real truth is realized. So once we reach the state of inquiry, then we don't have to do Upasana. That's what Vijnana says. So those who are not able to do this Vichara, for them Upasana is required. So when compared to Saguna Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana, which is better? Nirguna Brahma Upasana is better. Again, between Nirguna Brahma Upasana, Mahavakya Vichara, which is better? Mahavakya Vichara is superior. We have already heard Mahavakyas, from Gurudev, from Moni, we must have read, we must have heard from teacher, but that it did not create any knowledge, any awakening in us, any meaning to us. We also saw earlier, Upasana cannot give any knowledge because for knowledge ke liye pramana chahiye, na? Upasana is not pramanam. Right means is required for awakening. So right means is what? Mahavakya Vichara Shravanam. Shravana matrena. By listening to Mahavakyas. So Germany says when Purapakshi asked, why are you glorifying Nirguna Brahma Upasana when the Shravana or Mahavakya Vichara is superior? Germany says, yes, you are right. But for a qualified student, I will not ask him to practice Nirguna Brahma Upasana. I will only ask him to do inquiry. That's why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's path of inquiry is there. It's all, not all are eligible for that inquiry. But you may start inquiry. Then one side by side, when we do puja, path, some kind of purificatory process and purifying our mind and intellect and loving and kindness and compassion and helping and constantly observing our negativities in the mind and they are being removed. Then inquiry becomes sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. When completely purified, Nirguna Brahmopasana also practiced. And then afterwards, when teacher says you are that Brahman, that knowledge, that words create actually awakened us to that reality. Or Mahavakya Vichar. When I said, when I just think about it, oh, Aham Brahmasmi, how is it possible? You know that the clear, crystal clear anubhava takes place. So I may start inquiry. At what stage I may start inquiry? Inquiry becomes more upasana continued for some time. Some purification is required. Some obstacles are to be removed. So continue that. That's why all great acharyas have advised that don't stop upasana. Upasana you continue. You continue Shastra Vichara, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Do whatever it is. Upasana also you do every day. When I qualified for complete and total inquiry, Upasana itself gets dropped and then truth is revealed. Hope we are getting clearer and clearer. Now, Bahuvya Chittanam Vichara Tatvadhir Nahi Yogo Mukhyastatastesham Didhar Pastena Nashyati. See, Bahuvya Chittanam. For those people who are extremely fickle-minded. So many avocations, so many problems we have, so many disturbances in the mind. Worries. How many worries we can enlist now? So many worries. We all have so many worries. Bahuvyakula chittana. Vyakulata. So many worries we have. In Puranas, all the stories come, how a person is worried about wife and children, husband, and then so many problems, and then somebody will come and then give jnanam. So many in Bhagavatam also, in Mahabharata also, somebody lost a son, and then the king cries and cries for the son, and then somebody gives him jnanam. Then the son died, and then the Jiva was called. Then Jiva Uvacha, Jiva treats him. In Mahabharata story comes. Jiva tells, oh father, you are father in my last life, not now. Who is father? Who is son? Why are you attached to me? He will give Jnanopadesh. So we have so many mental problems, vegetation. Ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua. Extremely fickle. Bahuvyakula, Bahu means extreme, very much. Unsteady, agitated, mentally disturbed. Vichara tatvadihi nahi. So they cannot get the knowledge of Brahman by inquiry because of so many agitations. For them, inquiry is not possible. It's not possible to inquire. So for such people, my guru says, read books, read Puranas, read Bhagavad Gita, understand life, accept this. These are the problems, these are the challenges. Some may not be solvable because of prarabdha, prabala prarabdha. Life is full of miseries only. Attachment in raga dvesha alone is the cause for all the troubles in life. Accepted, somebody born, somebody dead, and then so many difficulties are going through and people are going through. And exhaust karma, so many health problems, mental problems, family problems, relationship problems, financial problems. And many desires are not fulfilled, and therefore they keep disturbing. And our desires, what we thought others are getting them, and we are actually more depressed seeing others are getting it and fulfill their desires, and I am not fulfilling my desire. So more restless we become. So they are not in a position to practice. So what is the medicine now? Yogo mukhya tatastesham. Therefore, what is the main occupation for them? Controlling the mind becomes the chief occupation of such people. To apply the mind on Brahman, mind should be available, no? That is why practice yoga, control of the mind. Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, basic qualifications. Yama, Niyama, Sadhanas in Yoga Shastras. See? When by such practices, long time, the mind becomes purified, it becomes free from all kinds of shortcomings. Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruhyate. Who said? Krishna Paramatma. How do we control the mind? By understanding the nature of life, nature of the world. How karma is playing on us. So by this understanding and certain things we have to accept in life, ordained by Ishvara, we cannot overcome them. So why inquiry is we are unable to do mind disturbance. That means what? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti is not completed. Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Shama, Mano Nigraha, Dama, Indriya Nigraha, Uparati, Sadharma Anushtanameva, Titiksha, Dukkha Sahishnuta, Shraddha, Shastrasya Guruvakyasya, Satya Buddhi Avadharana, Chittasya Samadhanam, concentration, dharana is samadhanam. All these things are to be practiced. How can we develop viveka, vairagya? Through understanding the scriptures. Basically, what is life? What is this? So still the journey slowly we have to understand. So when the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is not there, mind is getting extremely disturbed. Ahankara, ahankara become prabala. I want. I cannot tolerate this. I must be happy. I will not do this. I am never like this. I don't like this. I want to do this. So focus is always I. That's why great masters have said, when everything is so beautifully going on in life, you don't inquire also. Good health, good money, good people, good wife, good husband, good children. Everything is fine. So ahankara is very comfortable. Ego is very comfortable there because ego's demands are all satisfied. So I'm not awakened. Friends, remember, when all our demands are satisfied, ego's demands are satisfied, it is like a trance-like condition. Trance. A kind of a trance condition we are in. We are not awakened. So then certain experiences jolt us up out of that particular comfort zone. Otherwise, Ahankara says, ego says, I'm very happy, I don't need jnanam, I don't need any spirituality, I don't need anything, I don't need anything. No necessary for me to study scriptures. So, some because of Purvajanma Punyam only, we all of us have got some kind of a thought to expose ourselves to Vedanta. So we start understanding, then we pick up Karma Yoga, then we do Upasana, Saguna Upasana, going to Mandir, going to temple every day, giving Arati, singing bhajans, and then during some Parayana or Path, and then etc. All sadhanas are done, purified. Japa Anushtana, purified. Then I become Nirguna Brahmopasaka. Then again, final subtle obstacles are all removed. Then inquiry begins. Then inquiry makes me know the truth. Therefore, Vijayama very clearly says, the inquiry is not for those people whose minds are extremely disturbed. Avyakuladhyam mohamatrenachaditatmanam sankhyanama vicharasyan mukhyo jhatita siddhidah. Avyakuladhyam mohamatrena achaditatmanam. Now, this is a very beautiful thing. Now, we'll see the sloka meaning, then we'll go into more explanation. Those people, avyakula chittanam. Avyakula dhiya means those with pure and undisturbed or single pointed mind. They have purity. What is left now? Mohamatrena achaditatmana. And there's only one thing is left. Mind is purified, but just covering is left. Mohamatra is left. Mind is not disturbed. One state it is. Beautiful state. Beautiful means better than having disturbed mind. So now I understood mind is not disturbed, mind is focused, mind is pure, practicing love, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, etc. So I've understood what is the nature of the world, nature of the reality, meaning, and also everything. So mind is able to calmly focus. Everything is fine. Then what is left out? Only mohamatra. That wheel is not, wheel of ignorance is still there. Avarana is there. Vikshepa, avarana, So Vikshepa Bhanga took place. Vikshepas are all removed. Avarana is still left out. So for them, what? For them, what should they should do? They should path. For them, Sankhya path is required. Sankhya path is recommended. Sankhya path of what? Discrimination. Prakriti Purusha Viveka. Sankhya Marga. Viveka. So for them, inquiry is prescribed. Sankhya is what? Sankhya is a logical analysis, step by step. The Bhagavan Krishna, how did he teach Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita? Sankhya Yoga, systematically, step by step with the logic and analysis, this discrimination has been brought to Arjuna's understanding. So Vikshepas are reduced. Avarana is still there. Moha is left out. Then they should do inquiry because they are capable of inquiring. Why? Vikshepas are not there. Earlier vikshepas plenty, disturbances are plenty, agitations are plenty. How is the inquiry possible? For them, karma yoga, saguna upasana, all these things are mentioned. So, those people whose vyakulata is less, disturbances is less. Why? Because they have done already some sadhana earlier. What kind of sadhana? They practiced karma yoga, they have practiced saguna brahma upasana. Friends, remember, karma yoga means what? You know what is karma yoga? Karmaniyavadikaraste mahapaleshu kadachana, doing all our duties without any raga and dvesha. When raga dveshas are removed, such a mind is freed from what? Jealousies, hatred, comparison. Because of all these things, anger. I am not able to get what I wanted, so anger is generated. Because I am giving extreme value to the world, outer world. Though I am disturbed by everything, then it leads me to anger, frustration, it leads depression, dejection. Suppose I am practicing karma yoga. What is karma yoga? Without raga dvesha, I must do my duties well and without even desiring the fruits thereof. All fruits are surrendered to Krishna or Paramatma or Ishvara. Then because of that karma yoga, mind becomes purified. Then I am promoted to what? Saguna Brahma Upasana, Japa, and some spiritual sadhanas also I may do, Tirthayatra, etc. Puja, some vratams, some disciplinary vows, I'll practice. Because of this, what happened? Either in this life or previous life, because of the practice, slowly my vyakulata, disturbances, agitations have come down. And because of punya karma, which I have done with my body also, because shariram adhyam kalu dharma sadhanam. The means of dharma, practicing dharma. So because I lived and I never abused my physical body, I served society through my body, I used this body perfectly, then what will happen in one life? I will get a healthy body, fit for yoga, fit for dhyana, fit for spiritual practice. And because of my punya karma, in this life, I am not suffering for any ill health, body is cooperating, and my profession is good, earning money is good, food is not a problem, basic things are taken care. I am born in a good family, spiritual family. There is no kind of misunderstanding and then court cases and confusions and ladai, both kind of fighting within the family. No, everybody is healthy. Disturbed family, we are not disturbed families. So we get into that kind of yoginam eva pale bhavati, Krishna said. So very good family, good body, physical body, good mind, some punya karma. Everything is fine. Okay. Now what is left out now? Avidya is left out. Avarna is left out. Vikshepa gone. Still I don't know. I am comfortable. Everything is around me comfortable, within me comfortable. Still I don't know who I am. Avidya is there. So for them, Sankhya Yoga is given. Sankhya, in inquiry, discrimination. Sankhya means vichara. Sankhya means vichara, inquiry. Inquiry after listening to teacher. and reflection, Sravana, Manana, inquiry. And my mind is extremely purified, suppose. Only once he listens from the Guru, hey, just wake up, and he wakes up. Gurudev used to say one Zen story. Zen, he would say, Guru asked a student to bring water. He brought with in a pot. Water was brought, small pot. Brought. He said, Master, I brought. And Master said, drop it. He dropped. Master said, drop the pot. He dropped. And the Shishya said, after dropping the pot, he said, Master, I have dropped. Master said, that also you drop. What is that? The ego that I have dropped. That also drop it, he said. The student is extremely subtle. He dropped that also. The thought that I have dropped. I, the Karta, that all dropped. Then and there he was illumined, enlightened. Instant. Instantly realized the truth. Why? Because he has been extremely practicing that kind of, sadhana, purification, focus. So that is the ultimate the inquiry takes to that, So when mind is purified, only avarana is there. What is recommended? Sankhya, discrimination, vichara marga. And in that vichara, we become extremely purified, focused. Little by little, this is achieved. In one life or next life, whatever it is. And one day, when the Guru appears, truth is revealed. Wonderful. Yatsankhyaih prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyamcha yogancha yap pashyati sa pashyati. This is what? Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter. Sannyasa Yogona. What Bhagavan says there that Yat Sankhyaih prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate. Now, there Bhagavan Krishna said that state which is achieved by Sankhyans is also achieved by yogis. It doesn't mean that yoga is another path, Sankhya is another path. No. Gurudev used to say that it is like a one road only. From one point to middle point, it is called Mahatma Gandhi Road. From one point to another point, middle point to another point, other end of the road, half of the road is called Ramana Maharshi Road, Ramana Maharshi Marg, Mahatma Gandhi Marg, Ramana Maharshi Marg. Road is same. So Bhagavan Krishna said that state which is achieved by Sankhyans, those who follow inquiry, is also achieved by yogi. I mean, they are not two separate. That यहाँ पे भी चढ़ सकते हैं, यहाँ पे भी चढ़ सकते हैं, अलग अलग नहीं है. So karma yogi, karma yogis after purification, they get qualified for inquiry. So they are continuing journey. At one point of time, they are promoted from this kind of yoga, karma yoga, the purificatory process of purifying their mind. When that is completed, they are promoted to inquiry. So same path. Same path. So we come across two types of students here. One student is what? Extremely disturbed. So many mental disturbances. So many preoccupations. Bahuvyakula chittana. Other student is what? Very, very less preoccupation. So for them, two sadhanas are given. One is yoga, other is Sankhya. So those who are Sankhya Pradhana students means what? Those who are fit for inquiry. They are also grown. In Sankhya also, they become subtler and subtler in the Marga, and they have reached a state. In the beginning, they may do Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana supplementary, but then Upasana is reduced, inquiry started more and more. So the more we are going towards inquiry, Upasana reduces. So they are always inquiring. Inside the inquiry is going on. Even during Vyavahara Kala also. Other is what? Extremely disturbed. Bahuvyakula chitta. For them, they can also attend to the classes. There is no problem. But that knowledge, they are only gathering information, but they are unable to practice because of extremely disturbed mind. Why mind is disturbed? Because of problems. Health problem, family problem, financial problem. Professional problem, profession problem in the profession. Job problems. But their practice must be what? Mainly to control the mind. They can write down the notes, they pile up the notes, but nothing can go because so many problems and so much of karma is there. So all the sadhanas, yoga sadhanas, will only make us qualified for inquiry. A master says, ruthless self-examination, one of the steps. Checking my ego constantly, where it is propping up, where it is, when, how it is reacting, how it is dominating, how it is projecting, how it is calculating, how it is feeling superior to others, how it is actually, keeping the wants the focus, wants to keep the focus on itself always. Ego should be under the limelight. That is the ego's intention. So inquiry is a deeper state. So remember all the great Mahatmas, Mahapurushas, Ravana Maharshi, Tapovan Maharaj, great Mahatapasvis. Inquiry only. So Vidyarmani says, Yoga and Sankhya. Ekam Sankhyam cha Yogam cha yapasya. They are not too different. But they are in sequence. They are in sequence. One after the other, you have to follow. They are not different. Meaning, yoga is different path, Sankhya another path. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Yoga, then Sankhya. Same line. Tatkaranam Samkhya Yoga Adhigamyamiti hi Srutihi Yastu Struter Viruddhasaha Abhasa Sankhya Yoga Yoho. Shruti Mata also declaring. What? Shruti also declaring. Tat Karanam Sankhya Yoga. No. Tat Karanam. The cause of liberation. Tat Karanam. Tat kame here Jnanam. The cause of the world or cause of liberation or cause the self-knowledge can be attained what? By inquiry. Tat Karanam Samkhya Yoga Adhigamyam. Iti hi Strutihi. So both inquiry and meditation, Sankhya, Yoga, both Sankhya and Yoga. Sankhyam cha, Yogam cha. Inquiry and meditation. Meditation upasana. Yoga means upasana. Saguna upasana, Nirguna Brahma upasana, any upasana. Both come under yoga. And inquiry comes under Sankhya, Jnana, Sankhya. So Tat Karanam. That Brahma Karanam Brahma. Sankhya Yoga Adhigamyam iti Srutihi. Sruti Mata says that ultimate truth is realized, known both by yoga and inquiry. Sankhya. But Shruti Mata says, I reject all those things which are against Shastras. Again, whatever is Shastra Viruddha. So, whatever Sankhya, Shastra and Yoga, there are certain things are available in Sankhya and Yoga. See, what Yoga is given by whom? Patanjali Maharshi. Sankhya is given by Kapila. Right? So, in Kapila Yoga and Ishva Yoga the Kapila Sankhya given by Kapilaji and Yoga given by Patanjali, there are certain portions which go against the Shruti declarations. Shruti also agreed. Shruti says Sankhya and Yoga. But which Shruti says again? But there are some portions in Sankhya Shastra and Yoga Shastra. Sankhya given by Kapilaji, Yoga given Patanjali Sutra, Patanjali. Certain portions which are against the scriptural description because their approach is different slightly. Shruti Mata says, I will not agree with all those declarations in Sankhya and Yoga which are against Shruti. That's what Yoga says. So, yastu Srute viruddha sa abhasa Sankhya Yoga. They are not those portions of Sankhya, those portions of Yoga. Like, for example, in Sankhya, Shastra says Jivas are many, Purushas are many, Prakriti is one. And Prakriti also is eternal, Purusha is eternal. Vedanta doesn't, the Shruti doesn't agree that. Shruti says one is Maya, other is Brahman, is one. Shruti doesn't say there are many Jivas, Purushas, many Purushas are not there. So that is rejected. So certain places where they are against Shastras, that is to be rejected. But Sankhya also is important, Marga, Yoga also is important because Bhagavan Krishna taught these two in Bhagavad Gita. So whatever is good for our path, Jnana Marga, Vedanta Marga, we take those portions of Sankhya, those portions of Yoga, and we accept it as a part of sadhana. It is beneficial for seeker to practice and proceed further. Okay. So Svetaswatra Upanishad also says very clearly, Tat Karanam Adhigamyam. This is Svetaswatra Upanishad, it comes here. In 6th chapter, Svetaswatra Upanishad, it comes there. Tat Karanam Adhigamyam. So Brahma can be attained by Sankhya and Yoga. Both are required. Yoga is for purification to reduce the manovrittis, Sankhya for enquiry. Both are required for sadhana. There are some portions which are against Shruti, they are to be rejected. That's what. I think we'll stop here. 135 slokas we have completed. So tomorrow we can start. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam Purnat Purnudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai Hari Om. Thank you. Om Tat Sat.